What up? This Steph G,
And this is Nika T.
and this is
His, hers,
And
and
the
the
Truth
Truth
Podcast.
podcast.
It's been a minute, man.
It has. How many weeks? I don't even want to count them. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
You made me think about it now. But
It's been a few weeks.
It's been a few weeks, man. Life.
Yeah. You know.
Folks be
We didn't
tired,
got to
man.
we didn't got to the place where we don't even schedule the podcast. We just be like, hey, we potting this week? Yeah. So
Trying to get back to it, being more edit every week, but man, like we said, life.
life. I mean, we got kids,
Yeah. Obligations.
responsibilities,
Kids. More kids.
ups and downs, and all that shit. What's been going on with you in that time frame that we've not been?
What have I been doing? Basically just been living, working and living. This past
You went out of town?
yeah, I was about to
Oh, my
talk about
bad.
that.
My bad.
Let
me not speak for you.
I went out of town, went back to Texas, man. Just a little quick getaway.
You and the fellas had fun?
It was pretty cool, man. One of my homeboys, he don't get out too much, and so I was kind of shocked when he said that he was willing to go, and when he paid his money. So I was like, "Oh yeah,
Oh, you going?
yeah." I said, "Oh, you in for real?" And then so shoot, man, we just got the guys together and met up with my other homeboy while we were down there. It was kind of like just a random ass collective thing that we went through this weekend. So
I could use a guy's weekend. I said what I said. I said what I said.
where would you want to go? What do you want to do? What does a guy's weekend with a girl include? What does it consist of
Shit.
for you?
On the cool, I'm down for whatever at that point. I just want to be like, I have my moments where I just be wanting to be surrounded by testosterone.
So booty club is cool.
Booty club would be cool. I mean, booty club got a lot of estrogen in it, but I'm pretty sure
It's heavily balanced.
I'm pretty sure that yeah, I'm almost confident. Booty club is cool. I go. I really only said that I would go in the event that you got married. Cause like I'm gonna be at your bachelor party if you ever get married. I'm coming.
I'm gonna get married. I just think I don't know where.
You gonna get married?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get married. I say because even though what happened with my own folks will probably like make somebody feel scared or run away.
I feel that.
It's kind of like you grow up with them, they right there, and then it's just departure from each other. But I mean, you see how people move on. You see how people still be happy. So it's kind of like
marriage can go either way.
Yeah,
you can either make it all the way, or you figure out that this person really wasn't for you, and y'all go y'all separate ways. It's just
shit. Everybody don't go their separate ways easily though.
You don't. I mean, but you could.
Why?
It just depends on how people choose to handle situations.
So why do you think people handle those situations a little bit?
Hurt people. And if you hurt, a lot of times you out to hurt the other person that's to hurt you, especially.
You know what? So. Saying that, I felt that in we wasn't in a relationship no more. I don't know if I ever said this on the pod, but when I had smashed my ex-cousin, that was kind of like a hurt.
Oh, whole ass. All right.
That was a hurt moment. I was like, nah, bro, because you did my homeboy. I said, all right, bet. And that's when I started realizing I was a savage ass nigga.
That's when you realized you were a savage ass nigga. All
right. I realized I could balance it, and I know what I'm doing. So it ain't like full-fledged going in just pissed off. It's more like, all right, I know how you feel about this person. I'm gonna fuck her, and then I'm gonna let it linger out a couple of years from now.
Was that because you were hurt though? Like
I was hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hurt. I was like, nah, bro. I ain't gonna be the only one that gets some fun out of it. I mean, that's not getting any fun out of this.
Right.
So, I did what I did, man. But you know what? But that was the old me. You know, I'm not such a savage person. I'm more of a let's
He is
let's
savage.
let's think this over type person. You know.
Okay.
But speaking of savage, what's up with Jada? You ain't seen about Jada Pinkett and stuff?
Mm-mm. What's wrong with her?
Man, just her and this whole Will Smith thing, man. He didn't finally open up to actually tell the world that they never really were into a monogamous
Right.
marriage. But you
And
know,
he had a few.
it was always a possibility.
I mean, most people already knew that their relationship wasn't a monogamous relationship. Most people already knew that, or at least suspected that they had an open marriage. I mean, I haven't really heard too much on the Jada front. I've seen
What?
I've seen stories about. I mean, aside from the August thing a while back, but I haven't really just.
Have you heard?
Like, I've not been paying attention.
Have you heard of any of Will Smith's hoes coming out talking about?
I mean, aside from that though.
That's the whole point. You didn't know any type of
That's not
concrete
Jada's
evidence.
fault.
You didn't know, but it's Will. It ain't Will can't control his. I mean, he can obviously, but it's like why Jada? Why you can't?
Right. I mean, motherfuckers get emotional. Motherfuckers hurt people.
And start spilling the motherfucking beans.
And start spilling the beans. Hurt people.
Like,
I mean, that's just what it is. But to even in that though, it's like he really didn't spill a lot of the beans because it's just I mean,
he said we fucking. We was fucking.
And I mean that is the case.
I was on one side of the house,
but
Will was on the other.
But Will has always also admitted that he's had his concubines as well.
When?
Told you I use my fucking vocabulary.
You said admit. When did he admit that though? Other than recently.
That's what I'm saying. Recently, he's come out and said, yeah, and it's not an admission based on August coming out. Will has been working on a memoir for a minute now, to basically depict their relation, like coming out with all of that information.
Do you
and
know
stuff.
who he looked over to keep Jada in his life? Remain monogamous to Jada?
No, he didn't try to remain monogamous to Jada. And how do we really know that Hallie wanted to even be in a whole relationship?
You already knew
with
who
him?
it
Because
was.
I've seen your post on social media. But how do we even know? Because Will Smith even
he said he turned it down.
He's
Not
also said, listen to what I'm saying. He's also said, and I read an article this week where he was saying he talked to his intimacy coach or intimacy therapist, whatever it is, and he let them know that he wanted a harem of women to travel with him and for him to be able to take care of. Hallie was among the choice of those women.
Hallie.
She was among the choice of those women. But his intimacy coach or therapist or whatever he or she was, made him really sit down and look at it and asked him, how does that work out? Okay, now go talk to them women and see how that's going to play out for them as well.
I'm gonna do a poll, and it's gonna say, who would you choose, Hallie?
It don't matter who anybody would choose. Like y'all,
what you mean it don't matter? It's just getting a poll of people's opinion.
People are creating a situation out of nothing simply because August came out and said something. Granted, he never should have opened his mouth, but at the same damn time, Will and Jada still together. They both said that they didn't have open marriage. It ain't no secret at this point, even though they've tried to make it a secret. It's just not that at this point. So let it be what it is. Why do we care? Everybody want to sit here. I saw you post talking about, or you sharing the post talking about some Will deserve better. Fuck that shit. Both of them motherfuckers decided on what they decided on. They both made their choices.
No, because Will said he wanted to deal with that August situation privately. Jada was the one that wanted to come out and talk about it because of maybe just big up her platform. So That's why we talking about
Okay,
it. It's
but at the same time, he also had the choice to say, no, I'm not going to talk about that publicly. We're still going to deal with this as husband and wife privately. We're going to go get a therapist or whatever route we're going to take. But at the same time, he's even said, I realize that this is a form of therapy for you. So I have to allow you to be in a place. What a lot of people fail to realize is no matter if you decide that you're going to be monogamous, you're going to be in a poly relationship, you're going to be in an open relationship, at all times you still have to take into consideration what's going to be best for you and the individual or individuals that you are involved with.
Well, obviously,
and so he took her emotions into account. That's not to say that he deserves any better. That's not to say that she deserves any better. What that is saying is these two individuals chose this path in their life. So allow these two individuals to work through that path however they see fit.
But if you're talking about, you have to understand somebody else's feelings, and if I say I don't want to deal with this publicly,
both people should be willing to compromise on some level. Both people should be willing to compromise on some level. We don't know what additional compromises Jada may have made in that aspect. I'm pretty sure there was a lot more conversation aside from just what we saw on that. On the video of them having their conversation. It was probably a lot edited out. So we don't know what type of compromises were made in that situation. We don't really know the full extent of their relationship. And we only the people from the outside looking in saying, oh, well, Jada the one that did Will the worst. No, these motherfuckers decided that. And he's also said, no, for anybody else, I wouldn't recommend this type of relationship. But this is what we chose. And this is how it has worked for us.
I wouldn't recommend choosing Jada over Halle Berry either. But
you know what? All right. Next.
Fuck that. I'm just saying, you know.
Bruh, how many niggas have Halle Berry been with though? Like at some point,
Jada been with a lot of niggas
exactly.
too.
At some point, Halle would have left Will alone as well. Like at some point, I thoroughly believe that at some point, Halle would not have remained in a marriage with Will Smith. She would not the way that Jada has remained in a relationship and a marriage with Will Smith. No, I don't think so. Just based on her track record with men.
Track records, huh?
We ain't going into that. We not. You see, you getting off subject.
No, I was thinking about the track records.
That's beside
man.
the point.
All I was doing was thinking about the track records.
That's beside the point.
All right,
Moving on.
So one of the topic we wanted to get into was just talking about simping.
What exactly is simping? Because I see a lot of people saying, like,
simp ass nigga.
Yeah, I see a lot of people like if a dude do something for a female, oh, he's simping. If like I'm confused on what the fuck it is.
I mean, it's basically trying to force your way into somebody's level of, I wouldn't necessarily say respect, but at least forcing yourself to make sure that you get some attention from them.
So give me an example of what that is.
It was a video, and forgive me if I messed it up completely, but you know, it was this dude who, you know, he showed the DMs. He was trying to talk to this girl. She never responded or anything like that. She never gave him any time of day. And then he showed up to her house with, you know, flowers and candy and something else, and was just like, will you please be mine, or please go out with me. That is one way of being a simp. It's one thing to actually be it's an agreement upon each other that, you know, there is some type of interest.
Right. But I've seen people classify men that even if they're in a relationship and they make a statement about how they choose to handle their relationships, they've been classified as a simp.
So, like, I think they use, like, Russell Wilson. They try to use Russell Wilson as a simp.
Right.
I personally have not seen any reason why he may have
maybe classified
as a simp.
Okay.
But I think it's just not being the person to have much of a say so, or not leading. I think a lot of men are getting actually an understanding or gravitating to the idea of alpha male, and not in the sense You can do that if you want, but not in the sense of
You just
not
piqued my interest.
not
That
in
wasn't a
not in the sense of degrading anybody, a
right,
woman,
right.
but in the sense of I will take the lead on this. And so if your woman is taking the lead, majority or in the forefront of the relationship, then people might be calling you a simp. They might say that you're not, assertive enough, that you might not be advocating, your views, or you might not be, uh, leading properly. So I think that's why they say that, Russell Wilson might be a simp. But yeah, I personally feel like when you're just trying to force things, like, if you want to cash app a girl, cool, you do your thing. But if you cash apping her because she said I need breakfast, and you done DM'd her all this time trying to take her on a date, and she done ignored you, but you sending her cash apps, I feel like that's simping. Now, if I'm
okay.
wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
I would definitely agree. I would definitely agree. I mean, my thing is, number one, if a female ignores you, if anybody ignores you, whether it be female or male, if you're getting ignored in DMs or what have you, leave that motherfucker right where they at. But what I will say is something that I have learned is you don't be with the person you love, be with the person that loves you.
Are you saying that like any
On
gender?
a general aspect,
Okay.
on a general aspect, don't be with the person you love, be with the person that loves you. And if you realize after you hit this person up, they left you on red, or they ain't even read the motherfucker at all, and it's been a few days or whatever, shit, you might want to just go ahead and call that quits. I mean, I ain't saying don't try again if you want to shoot your shot again, but after a while, that shit, it don't even look like a simp at that point for a dude to constantly hit up a female and then show up at her house. That's stalkerish, no lie. But for me, and I know a lot of people feel like if she's single, the least she could have said was, I'm not interested. No thanks. Something.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just common courtesy. Not saying that you owe that to anybody, because I know a lot of women get hung up on, well, I'm not obligated to do blase, blase. But common courtesy, and what I realized nowadays is a lot of you motherfuckers don't have common courtesy. Y'all feel like because y'all don't owe a motherfucker anything that y'all just not gonna do it. And y'all rude as fuck for that. That's just my opinion, but you expect another motherfucker to show you common courtesy. In everything you do, be fair to the next person. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Point blank, period. So, as a single woman, I feel like she should have responded and said, I'm not interested. That would have I feel like that could have solved a lot of the problems. And that's not saying it's her responsibility to solve that problem. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's like, this could have caused him to just go ahead about his day a long time ago versus him going to the extreme. But at the same time, him going to the extreme, like, my nigga, that's stalkerish right there. Like, I'm definitely not about to fuck with you if you just show up at my house unannounced with flowers and candies and shit, and that I ain't responded to your messages and I don't know how long. Like, that's creepy.
So what was Lorenz Tate's name in Love Jones? Darius Love Hall, was it?
Something like that, yeah.
Do you think he was simping throughout the movie? In any way?
Truth be told, I really gotta watch Love Jones.
You don't remember like that?
It's been years since I watched Love Jones.
I haven't watched it in years either, but I remember he got her address from the chick that she wrote at the record store. That's stalkerish. Not only that, you walked up there with confidence. And it's kind of like, I think they should have put a disclaimer in the movie said, don't do this
at home. Like, don't do this in real life. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. We sit and we watch all of these lovey-dovey romantic comedy movies and shit like that. Or these, falling in love type movies. And a lot of things that they do in their movies are so unrealistic. It's not what people really want in life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, my advice to anybody would be, don't be as dumb as to believe that the shit that happens in the movies is going to always work. Now, it might work for one motherfucker. That's just like, you know, you remember we saw the message or the post one day on social media where this female was like, you know, guy contacted me and was like, hey, you know, Friday night, 7:30, be ready. I'm taking you out, or blase, blase. And all of the females automatically jump to,
that's creepy.
That's creepy. That's stalkerish. Red flag. He didn't take into consideration your time, blase, blase. And my thing is, one day, we talking about make plans. Set a time. Tell me to get ready, and when you gonna come and pick me up, and I'ma be ready. But now all of a sudden, red flags. Like, bitches, what the fuck do y'all want? Dead ass, what do y'all want? Like, for real. Cause I'm starting to get confused on what women want at this point.
It is confusing because it's like, you know, honestly, I know, I get that women don't want to go to nobody's house when they first talking to them, but you know, it used to be
that's a safety precaution.
But you used to be able to cook for somebody, man, and you know, after that,
and I would say that's probably, I would say, like, cooking for someone at this point. Number one, we have to take into consideration that we, black women especially, and now black men, we're coming up missing left and right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit is happening. It's serial killers out in St. Louis now just killing women left and right. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like on a certain level, yeah, I understand you know, it was cool to cook for somebody, but that's not something you do until like maybe the third date, but definitely like fourth date and
3 months in,
yeah, like
something.
you need to wait a while, make sure you know this person, make sure this person is worth that time. You don't want to just invite somebody, number one, not into your house and not into your space, because you don't know what type of energies they bringing in that day, and you don't want somebody coming in and disrupting your peace and your good vibrations and shit like that. So nah, you don't invite somebody. But if a guy wants to take you out, you know, let dude take you out. If he want to take you out, call him up, you know, or he call you up and say, hey, I plan this, I'd like to take you out, blase, blase, this is the time, you know, wear something casual, be comfortable, or whatever. I mean, I don't see anything wrong in that, because he's being thoughtful, even if, and then, I mean, it takes no time for us to be like, oh, well, I'm sorry, I can't make it this particular day, but hey, I'm free this day.
And chicks really gonna ghost you though. They really just won't
Females
respond.
are bad at ghosting. Dudes will respond.
Yeah, it'd be
Dudes
like,
will respond.
my bad.
If you shoot your shot, like, niggas is gonna respond, even if they respond late. Cause sometimes, I mean, motherfuckers just be busy and shit. They don't see the messages, you know, as soon as you send them. People in this, we've gotten into a place where we expect an instant response as soon as we send something to somebody, and as soon as they read it, well, I know you read it, so why didn't you respond? Well, motherfucker, I might have had the opportunity to read it, or I might have accidentally pressed the motherfucking me message and it opened, and that just shows that I read it, but I really didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, but niggas will respond. Females, on the other hand, we will ghost the fuck out of a motherfucker.
And I don't get that. Like, just tell me.
It's easier to not say anything than to reject someone. And we've gotten into a place in our lives where it's better to just ghost. One, for safety reasons, because women have rejected men and it has turned deadly. Two, because we're just in this society now where that's possible. It used to be where it was real hard for you to ghost a motherfucker.
Really?
It was hard.
I thought it was easy.
It was hard to ghost a motherfucker. Number one, because you had a house phone. So every single person in the house was capable of answering the phone. So it wasn't like you could just be like,
Or they
you
know
could just
you
be
at home.
Yeah, or they know you at home. It wasn't like you could just ignore that shit.
Ain't no vibrate, ain't no
silent, no nothing. Yo mama come answer the phone.
Keisha,
Come get the phone, that boy on the phone. You know, shit like that. Like,
yeah. Well, let me go back to the whole simping thing, though. Now Darius in the movie ended up. I mean, other than what he did, well, first of all, she went out with her ex out of town to try to make it work, and he stuck around and waited on her. I don't. I know people mainly won't classify that as simping, but I would, for the simple fact, it's like, hey, you trying to explore something else, something with somebody else, and you know where I stand with you. You know I want to be with you. You know I want to be exclusive with you.
And you even know if you want to fuck with me or not.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting here being played and just waiting. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, I'm not finna sit over here and just wait until you make up your mind like that.
I will say, you know, sometimes it's hard to let go of that comfort. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you done been with somebody for a minute or what have you, and you done got comfortable with that person, like...
What Future tell us? Bitch, don't get too comfortable. All right. You got comfortable with that person, and then...
I wish you'd stop quoting Future.
I can't.
Like, is he not... you know what? Okay.
He got good music.
Listen. Have at it. Do your thing, thug. Anyways, what was I saying? I lost track because
supposed to be comfortable. Then the
supposed to be comfortable, and then somebody come in and you kind of like, well, I know this here that I got going on right here is familiar. This new thing that's coming in, I've never experienced this before. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to take the risk of teaching someone else who I am, you know, starting something all over again and then end up hurt. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say, you know, that it's right to string somebody along, but at the same time, you know, I would say it's kind of simpish to sit and wait on a motherfucker to finish with another motherfucker.
Cause he also waited until after she was dating his homeboy.
Pardon me.
After she was dating his homeboy, Bill Bellamy. They had went out on a few dates, and then he was like, "You dating my boy? What's up with that?" Cause he was gonna let her walk home by herself, and he was a gentleman and a simp for making sure, you know, walking her home at least to catch the train or the bus or whatever. In my mind, I'm like this: if you showing up with my partner, like we talked about earlier, if you showing up with my partner at a kickback or something like it's a date, oh, I'm on your ass. Like, alright, bet. I'm not finna go out there and chase you.
No,
and stuff like that. You
chase,
made your choice.
You don't chase a motherfucker, man. Like, no. Like, you chose, like, that was some whole ass shit. Yeah. You don't stick around for a motherfucker that's just straight on some whole ass shit, though. Like, nah, that is some simp shit.
Right. So
I get it. I get it.
I just think
I concur.
But all in all, I feel like, you know.
You see, I'm trying to use my vocabulary.
I concur.
You told me to use my vocabulary. I used another word earlier. I don't remember what it was, but
you play it back because I know you did. You said something. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of dudes who are trying to come into this alpha mindset is taking it too far when it comes to what being respectful to a woman, or, you know, being considerate.
And I really agree there, but I feel like women now are making it so much more of a challenge for men to have to kind of show that alpha male in them. And that kind of, like, women, I've noticed lately that women challenge the fuck out of men.
Yes.
Like,
yes. But the challenge is coming from parts where we don't need to be challenged at. Like,
exactly.
You're igniting more, and then you want to turn it down when you feel like
like, my thing is, what I'm hating in this time right now is that men don't get the opportunity to praise themselves without a woman coming in not all of y'all show me what type of man actually do blase. Well, bitch, if you shut the fuck up, you know, maybe you could get one of them niggas. I'm just saying. But And that's not to say that it doesn't happen for men as well. I be wanting everybody to understand that my statements are not absolute statements. I know that doesn't apply to all women, and I know sometimes them type of situations apply to men as well. But we talking about women right now.
Right.
Motherfuckers is making it hard for men to actually try and do better. And I understand being scarred. I understand that we done dealt with a lot of shit from men in the past. But at the same motherfucking time, when a motherfucker trying to do better, allow that motherfucker to do better without beating him down in the process. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we kind of lacking it right now.
Yeah, I mean, with that, it's like anytime if we talk about what's the other thing? What's the thing everybody be talking about? If you submission, they always talking about if I meet a man with that can make me submit. We understand what the qualifications need to be, but we're trying to explain to you.
Do you understand what the qualifications need to be?
I do, but I think it does vary for some people.
Do you know what makes a woman submit?
What?
A man that submits. A man that is willing to submit will make a woman submit.
But that's the thing. It's like most men, the men that I know, don't mind submitting. It's like,
I will agree there.
It's like, hey, what is it that makes you happy? What is it that you want to do? And then I take that, and then I push what I want to do or what makes me happy, and we move forward with it the way that I see fit. And I still run that by you, like, hey, this is what I came up with. I think we should start doing this. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm not cutting you off from your creativity.
Right.
I'm just explaining to you, hey, we should start doing it like this.
Y'all have to figure out what works for y'all.
But that's the thing. Even when you have that man who's okay with submitting to the idea that his woman can be dominant in certain ways.
Right.
If you can be dominant in certain ways, all right, cool. I understand when to take a step back and then to let you flourish.
Right.
But when I do that, and then when it's time for me to flourish, I get gestures. I get I don't know. I get uncertainties. It's so much pushback, and it's like folks get tired of that, and that's how a lot of stuff crumbles, or a lot of stuff just doesn't work out because it's like the attitude and the pushback behind. You want me to be dominant. You want me to be a man, but then you complain about something. It's kind of like when people say.
I mean, my thing is, you are like it's very. You still have a point when you say it's person specific, because I want you to be dominant, but just like how your parents will tell you, it's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. How are you presenting that dominance to that woman? Because I get that you're coming and saying, well, this is something that you said that you wanted, and this is the way that I feel like this should be done. But when you're coming and you're bringing this to that woman, are you coming in a domineering are you coming as though you're her father? Because I've been in a relationship where a guy was like, well, I'm submitting to you, I'm being submissive and everything like that. But when he would come to me and either make requests of me or say, hey, this is how we should do it, it was more as though he were talking down to me versus talking to me and actually trying to build. You were talking at me versus talking to me.
Well, let's look at the understanding of tone too. I think oftentimes women are able to use a tone and men adjust to it. Whatever that tone is, it's not the woman has to adjust her tone first. It's a lot of times women come with a tone and we have to adjust ourselves so that we can try to dim things down, because that's like being on 10. So it's like people.
But women have to also understand that they have to it's. In relationships, it's not just a give and give. It's a give and take. Everybody has to be able to give. So you can't come to your man and be, all up in his face and shit like that. That's not the way that you gonna come to a man, and not a real man, and expect him to just be cool with that shit. He gonna come at you in the same manner in which you come at him. And that's not to say that that's a tit for tat thing, but at the same damn time, if he's an alpha male, it's just some shit he's not going to deal with. It's
Right.
just some shit men are just not going to deal with. Just like it's some shit that women not gonna deal with. And as women, one, we've been in a position where we've been so strong for so long. A lot of us have male authority issues. We
Right.
can't we can't handle authority from males. We don't do well with male authority figures, things like that, which obviously stems either from daddy issues or
Disappointments or
disappointments, or definitely disappointments. But
lack of.
lack of that actual positive male role model. It could have
Yeah.
been something that happened in their childhood. Some kids are, some young ladies are molested and things like that in their young age. So anything can cause that problem. But for black women as a whole, we've completely, I feel like we've completely lost respect for the black man. And that's part of what causes the problem, because I've seen, like, in situations, and I've been guilty of it myself as well, where like black men are trying, like I'm seeing them trying, and I'm seeing them saying, we trying. Just because your experience has been bad doesn't mean that that's how we all are, and to group us all together. And I
Hmm.
mean, like I said, my statements are never absolute. So I do understand that I get on social media all the time and I see the same thing from men, trying to lump black women all into one group or whatever. But I mean, that's really what causes a lot of our problems. Everybody is still pointing the blame. And I can't get off of the accountability lesson until y'all actually get the lesson.
Right. Yeah, I see where people are always pointing the blame, and then it's kind of like when you step in and try to angle it to be more two sided. There's gonna be 100 different people that come in and make it or try to force it back to one side, and it's like, I got a homegirl who always is pointing the finger at somebody else. It's always what they're doing, and then it's like, okay, so what are you doing? That's kind of like when I see everything about mood goals and all that stuff. It's always what he's doing to make you happy. I want to see
Just
somebody
kind of like
point.
with that whole Ari and
Yeah,
Moneybag
with the Ari and Moneybag,
situation.
it's like, damn, she had to explain or
Both
you
of
know
them.
had to say, hey, y'all don't know what this person does for me
Right.
behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? And then if I want to give somebody something, uh, we might have a serious deep level, and it's to the point to where, hey, no matter they feel like no matter what,
And
we always connected.
my thing is, even if they're not in a relationship, they probably have a solid friendship. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know they're in a relationship, but even if their relationship doesn't work, like, it could be built on the basis of a friendship. And if I got the money to go and buy my best motherfucking friend some 28 fucking acres,
Yeah.
and I know that that's going to end up producing generational wealth for your child and your
and
kids,
and
kids,
and
and your
her
kids,
her
kids, kids.
kid probably could benefit
Exactly.
from that.
Like, why am I about to sit here and hate on what the fuck you doing? Like, my thing is, for me, like, whenever I think about it, if I'm in a relationship with a man that has kids, I'm never just thinking about that man.
Right.
My first thought is always about that man's child, his kids. So whatever I'm providing for him, like, even though, there might be gifts where I'm getting and that's just for you, but we don't know if he didn't ever went to her and said, I want to do this one day. I want to have such and such one day. And she was like, well, since he want to have this, let me go out here and help him accomplish his dreams. Let me go get this so that he can accomplish his dreams. And then on top of that, she's saying that this man is pouring into her mentally. And first off, mental help, like a man pouring into you mentally, is worth so much more than any type of money that you can ever receive, any type of money that you can ever spend. Like, that is so freaking underrated. People don't realize how important your mental health is, and we don't know, like, we just don't know what goes down behind closed doors with these two individuals. And for y'all to be like, well, you know,
You need to be my husband.
you gotta be my husband. Man, a husband will leave you. And then on top of that, in a lot of these states, like, y'all gotta split that shit regardless of what goes fucking down. Y'all gotta split that shit down the middle. Like, a lot of times women really think that they're the ones that's coming out on the good end in a lot of situations. But we done seen from firsthand, shit, Mary J. Blige done had to pay motherfucking me alimony to her ex-husband. Don't fuck around and think that just because you done got a piece of paper that y'all ain't, this motherfucker is just here and here to stay. Shit, nah, nigga, I done been divorced. I mean, that shit is real,
Yeah, I mean, and then just be happy in the spirit of people giving, because when it's material bullshit like cars,
Everybody like,
oh man, that's a nice car, that's cool, that's goals.
Man,
but
fuck that shit.
Yeah, I
Fuck
didn't
that
see
shit.
I didn't see
Cars depreciate.
I didn't see not one woman, because when a man be like, oh, that's goals, women be like, oh, you ain't got no money for that, or you ain't slanging no dick like that. And then my thing is, a lot of people attach, 5, 6 over mentally helping me, mentally stimulating me, keeping me healthy.
Man, fuck that.
Over
We can work on the sex as long as you are pouring into me mentally. If we're able to pour into each other mentally, the sex, we can work on that. We can work on that. That's not me saying that sex is not important, because it definitely is. That can definitely, a poor sex life can definitely ruin a relationship. But at the same time, if we are pouring into each other every day, especially our mental, the rest of the shit can be fixed. The rest of the shit those are easy fixes. That mental shit will break you and have you sitting in the corner somewhere, sucking your thumb in the fucking fetal position, ready to pull your goddamn hair out.
And I shared another post today about, everything is good except the sex. Are you staying? And some people say no, because they know how. And when I say some people as in women, were saying no. And it's like, I personally think that you can teach.
You can teach a motherfucker how to fuck you.
You have to have the patience for it. You know what I'm saying? But if you leaving based off, sex alone isn't what it needs to be, then I just feel like you're not ready for nothing serious. Or you need somebody that has sex.
Most people having sex for the fuck anyways. They're not having sex for the connection. So they not, first off, not having sex for the right reason.
They're gonna lie about trying to have sex for a connection.
Man, fuck that shit.
But
I don't listen. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. And I bullshit a lot.
Yes.
Trust me, I bullshit a lot. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. I know when a motherfucker is fucking for a connection and when a motherfucker is just fucking just to be fucking. I feel like most women don't even understand what their connection's supposed to feel like.
Maybe that should be something after, when people ask the difference between, just sex and making love to sex for a connection, and I'm just trying to get mine. I think that'll be something to really like dive into, talk about.
Maybe we should have a conversation with somebody. Like we should get like
therapist.
A sex therapist in here one day.
That'll be good.
I think that would be a good discussion.
Yeah, I mean, people. I just wish people. You and I both look at both sides of a lot of things, and sometimes it pisses each other off too much. But at the end of the day, we be like, okay,
yeah,
all right. So I just wish people looked at other situations on both sides.
You got to be able to argue both sides of the point in order to fully grasp it, because a lot of people be like, well, I empathize real well. You don't empathize unless you can argue both sides and understand where a motherfucker coming from.
Yeah, that's firsthand. Understand where I'm coming from before you try to state what you feel. Right. And understand that what you stating, what you feel might not change my views. Exactly. And you need to be okay with that.
Exactly.
Because it's like, hey, at the end of the day, I know what works for me.
And my thing is, if you get to a point where both y'all done stated y'all views and nobody's mind is changing, if that's a deal breaker for you, walk the fuck away. It don't have to be no hard feelings, none of that. Walk away. But if y'all feel like, okay, well, I feel this way and I feel this way, but y'all can work that shit out. Work it out. It don't like, I think we make shit so much more complicated than it really has to be. Like it could all be so simple.
We do, and I think we place our morals. I think the moral value
that glitter on your eyelid. What you been doing?
I got some glitter on my eyelid.
Yeah. What you been doing? It's been blinging this entire.
I probably just
45 minutes.
Man. You know, that's the melanin. The melanin just shining. Why you
Bitch, it's silver glitter. What the fuck?
I'm platinum.
Melanin
bitch.
ain't silver.
I'm platinum. I'm a platinum melanin ass nigga.
I'm a magical motherfucker. Alright.
My lucky charm, nigga.
Taste the rainbow.
I miss the old Lucky Charm dude. Cause he don't even say magically delicious like he used to.
He don't say magically delicious no more. I don't even watch
not like he used to. So, man, listen. It used to be popsicles and rainbows and the red balloons.
Yeah.
he don't say magically delicious like he used to.
Magically delicious.
Damn.
Okay.
That's when I used to eat cereal though. That was I can't eat that shit now.
I don't even care much for cereal now. Like not cold cereal. I eat hot cereal.
You used to eat cereal.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's that's good.
You used to eat it for dinner. I'd be like, bro, y'all tripping.
Bro, you know why I would eat cereal for dinner?
Why?
It wasn't even because I didn't want to cook or anything. Because I have days where I cook a whole meal and I'd be the fed y'all real good, but I'd be like, bro, I don't even want this shit. Like, and it don't even be just that I don't like. It just cereal just so uncomplicated. It's simple.
It is.
And sometimes I just be needing simple shit. I be needing something light that's just gonna get me through the night, and I eat again in the morning. But like, bruh, no, fuck that shit.
All right,
I don't like cereal now.
No, I haven't liked cereal in like
my
15 years.
As I get older, my taste buds like change more and more. Like I used to didn't eat pecans, and now, like my mama make this fire ass praline pecan cake.
She gonna make something for me?
Oh my God.
I want some more tacos. What's up with that?
I don't know when she gonna make some more tacos.
I just have to shoot her some money.
Hey fam, she over here literally every day cooking.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell her about
every day. My mom is over here cooking.
Cause them pretty good with the transmission oil.
Yeah, them tacos was fire. They was. I'm sorry y'all didn't get a chance to see the tacos.
We talking about them shits all the time.
She messed up that video that day.
She sure did this.
Yeah.
But all right, so to the last point that we wanted to talk about, it was women have standards until money is involved. Do you think that's true?
Explain what you mean by that.
Okay, so like women will say, what the fuck would they say? They will say, hey, I'm not feeling you like that. I don't want to go out with you. I'm not interested. And then the nigga start
shelling off money. And
when he starts saying it's simple shit like, hey, well, let me at least take you to get some food. Okay. Something as simple as that. It's like, when you start to give somebody some money, they start to change what they really stand on. It's like,
I think I ain't gonna
you
say
think everybody like that?
I ain't gonna say everybody. Let me not say everybody, because then motherfuckers start getting all temperamental and shit. Not everybody, but
I mean, how many times you hear a woman say, I ain't fucking nobody if I don't like them, and then next thing you know, they fucking for somebody for some money.
I mean, but you can make money off of pussy though. Like,
I'm not saying you can't, but I'm saying you
need the money.
What is it? You a demisexual, and then you turn that shit off and become a prostitute, man, for the right amount of money. It's like I think people, not just women, but I do think people start to lose their self-value when money is involved. And I just don't understand specifically why women.
I came across a post the other day that I had posted a few years ago, and it was like, when did money become more important than morals?
Man, it's always been more important. I think it's just depending on the person, though.
Exactly.
But
you flash a little bit of green. It don't matter. You flash a little bit of green. Damn near everybody got a price. Damn near everybody got a price. I'm sorry.
So what?
I don't have a price. Not to compromise my damn morals. No. Not to compromise my morals. That's what I stand on. That is how I live my life. Why would I compromise my livelihood, the way that I live my life and how I carry myself for some money that's gonna get spent in a couple of days?
Because you ain't spending your money, and you can either.
Nigga, I can get my own money. Like, I'm sorry, and that just might be the independent woman in me, but I can get my own money. The money ain't that important to me. If I don't fuck with a motherfucker, I don't fuck with a motherfucker.
And that's just the thing. That's the only thing I'm really just looking at is how, you say you're not fucking with somebody, but yet if they spending the money, and this could be sexual, non-sexual, if they spending money on you, taking you somewhere, getting you some bottles or something like that, or something to eat, you know what I'm saying? You fold, and it's like when people call you out on that shit, they like to retract, and then they like to say, no, it ain't like that. Or they like to say some other bullshit.
I mean, they just got conditions. Basically, what they need to say, instead of saying, I don't want to fuck with that person, is my conditions of fucking with that person is if they coming up off their money. If they coming up off their paper, yeah, I fuck with them. I give them the time of day. Because motherfuckers used to have standards on looks. Yeah. They don't give a shit what a motherfucker look like at this point if they shelling out their money.
And you right.
Motherfuckers they don't care. Motherfuckers will let you walk around and cheat on them all fucking day long. As long as you paying bills, as long as you bringing in paper, I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm going to compromise my morals. I'm going to lower my standards.
Do you think ideally that's okay because it's a win, even though you're losing in some aspect?
How you going to win if you ain't right within?
Shit, by selling that pussy.
Bust that pussy open and I tell her bring it back. You know what?
I'm a piece of penis. She said like something you ain't never had.
This a big EP. All right. What was we talking about?
We were talking. I don't know, man.
Shit, something about morals and money.
Morals, money, busting it open for the money, having a price.
I just feel like I just think people should just be honest with themselves. I don't think enough people are honest with themselves to really say, well, yeah, I'll do this if the price is right. That's what life about. As long as the price is right, motherfuckers will do damn near anything.
Listen, men don't be trying to be disrespectful when they come to you about a price. They just like, what's up? Just, hey, I got this amount of money.
Don't come at me.
What's up?
About no motherfucking me price. But at the same time, I feel like
because they throw it out there.
Maybe everybody do have a price because no, because I don't know.
Yeah, I think everybody got a price because a lot of people like social media has made it comfortable to throw your price out there, whether it be actual.
I think the entire world needs to take a break from social media. Everybody just log the fuck out. Put your goddamn phones down. I get it.
The folks gotta make their money.
Social media rule the world. Motherfuckers need to make their money. If your business that good, motherfucker, shit, they gonna come and buy. They gonna call you and be like, hey, you selling plates today? Hey, you guys such and such. I'm about to go on your website. You ain't got to be on social media to do all that shit. Motherfuckers. What?
Not Justin LeBoy. That nigga post memes all day, every day. And getting paid for the memes.
Wasn't that nigga just helping Kanye with some shit?
He was just a spokesman. They got everything wrong. The dates wrong and all that shit.
Oh, well, shit. I mean.
Tweeting out the wrong dates.
His business serves no purpose at this point. No. If you putting out wrong information, like, nigga, fuck? What's your purpose? Anyways,
it's
that's no disrespect to them. I just don't know.
Rollout methods for artists.
But I mean, my thing is, social media has made a lot of things more comfortable. A lot of things that we generally would not have expected, would not have ever done, would not have ever seen, would not have ever been privy to. It's made things like it's put a lot of things in the forefront, both good and bad. But we've gotten so comfortable with being complacent. We've gotten so comfortable with selling our pussies. We gotten so like niggas ain't got no problem with selling the dick either. Like,
I ain't seen that though. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand that it happens. I've sold it in my day before.
So how the fuck you gonna say you ain't never seen it?
I'm talking about from other people.
Nah, fuck that shit. Fuck
other
that
people.
shit. Fuck that shit. So we now know that Steph G got a price. What's your price? How much?
I don't have a price.
Is it more than $40?
Probably not. I need a haircut.
How much your haircut cost? That's about $40, ain't it?
40 for the tip.
Exactly. That's about $40 because that's how much I paid to get my haircut whenever I was getting it cut. Now I just
you paying for it?
Yeah, I tip. I'm a good tipper.
Why do people tip barbers? I don't. No, I'm not against it.
They provide a service.
I provided a service. I ain't never get.
What service you provide?
I don't know. I gotta think about it. It's in the past.
Trick ass motherfucker.
No, man, I'm saying like I'm sure I done drove somebody somewhere and I ain't getting no gas money.
That's on you. You should have told that motherfucker up front. Gas money. I mean, don't get me wrong. My thing is barbers make their money off of their clients. If they don't get no clients, they don't make no money. You know what I'm saying? If they don't get no customers to cut no hair, they don't make no money. I don't know how many customers my barber had within that particular day that I normally get my hair cut. So, you know, if my haircut is 20, it's just for me to tip you an extra 20. Like that's just my thing. Oh. But I mean, even when I go to restaurants, I don't give out pussy ass tips unless motherfucking me waiter just bullshit. And I'm sorry, I am one of them motherfuckers where you lose money as the service get poor and poor. I don't fault you if my food come out a little slow or anything like that. It's really about your customer service. I understand you gotta pay out to the rest of the house and all of that shit. But if your customer service is poor and I'm trying my best to be as pleasant as possible with you, like my nigga, I don't have to get it's not an obligation for me to give you my money. And I'm one of them motherfuckers. I'm a stickler for customer service.
Like that, man.
Don't give me no poor customer service, motherfucker, cause I let motherfuckers know this shit was trash. You got a fucked up attitude.
How was everything?
Horrible. Your attitude was terrible.
Horrible.
I will let them know quick. Let them know quick. I didn't even tell people, like, I have motherfucking servers that's got an attitude. First time they come to my damn site. Hey, you remember that dude at Applebee's? That one time we went to Applebee's and he went off on the people because they didn't tip.
Light-skinned dude?
Yeah.
Damn, I was with you?
Yeah.
Damn, that was
long ass time ago. I think he work at Khalil's now.
I have yet to go there.
I know.
I'm gonna go there.
I feel like that's who that was that I saw when I was at Khalil's. See, you know, he just got a memorable face after that.
Go this weekend?
If you wanna go, I'll see if Mama babysit.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I can't go this weekend.
That's fine.
I forgot my nephew coming down here this weekend.
I need a break and just chill at home anyway.
Yeah, spend time with the fam and shit.
I'll go next weekend.
Hit me up.
I have never been, and it's
we gotta
always
go on
packed.
a Friday.
Friday karaoke.
We gotta go on a Friday. Sit and watch the white people sing karaoke and get drunk. Right. That is fun. Man, yes.
I'm gonna do that then. All right.
But yeah.
Well, shit. That's about it, man. That's all. Little short little pod today.
It really wasn't that short. We hit an hour.
We did.
Yeah, we hit an hour.
Damn.
Hey, I went to therapy yesterday, right? I want to tell you about my visit with my therapist. The thing that I took away from therapy yesterday. He was like, people are one of two things. They're either wings or they're weight. And I started applying that to like every situation, not just people. And he was like, they're either wings or they're weight. They're either gonna help you fly and soar, or they gonna weigh you down.
Mm-hmm.
And if they weighing you down, let them motherfuckers go. So
Look at that.
Look at that and apply that shit.
You
Apply that
wait,
shit.
motherfucker.
Wings or weight.
Yeah, that's a good metaphor. To look at life and shit like
Wings or weight. Niggas out here trying to fly.
That's it, man.
Believe I can. I did that on purpose. I did it on purpose.
Listen,
God bless his soul.
I hope R. Kelly gets some therapy while he's in prison for the rest of his life. I'm pretty sure that's where he's gonna be.
They ain't letting that man out. I mean, rightfully so.
It sucks in the sense of, like, damn, nigga, you could have did a busload of other shit. You know, all that freaky shit. You could have paid somebody.
Number
to do that
one,
for.
that's the importance of mental health therapy. Like, that is the importance of protecting your mental health. Like, that man has a lot of mental health issues that caused him to make those actions. Not making any excuses for him, because although he had those issues, he never seeked help.
Yeah.
And he had accomplices. I do firmly believe that every motherfucker involved in his camp, everybody involved need to be held fucking accountable.
But them kids at the time, and now that they're grown, they're not finna tell on they folks. I don't think they are gonna.
I mean, to a certain extent, you done pretty much told your parents done signed your life over to this man. Yeah. How not?
That's some fuck shit.
The fuck?
Yeah. So
I
mean, I'm still listening to R. Kelly. I don't apply his words to that shit. But
I'm sorry. There is a such thing as separating the artist from the man. And my thing is, though R. Kelly did what he did and he is a despicable individual for doing what he did, he also has children that are innocent in that. And my biggest thing is, even if we're not doing it for this, even if you're not listening to his music and getting his plays and shit up for the sake of him, just think about the fact that this man got kids, so we don't know if some of his royalties is probably going to his kids or anything like that. And when I look, I already said it, anytime that I look at a situation with an individual with children, I'm always thinking about the kids.
Right.
So
yeah, definitely just hope R. Kelly gets mentally better while he on lockdown. I hope his kids is straight.
Let me ask you this before we go. Does it make a difference if he gets mentally better while he in there? Because, like, my nigga, he stuck.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, it's in the field that I work in the environment I like to be in, regardless, I want to see a happy mind. Well, no matter what it is, I want to see a happy mind. Even if it's unforgivable, I still want to see somebody have a happy mind and, try to.
But what I'm saying is, like, he ain't never coming out of there. We pretty much know that.
So you
saying
what's the point of being?
I'm just saying, do you really believe that it can be achieved even with him not come? Because, like, he stuck there. Like, I mean, your actions then got you locked away for eternity. Like, that nigga looking at, what, 100 years?
Yeah. I do believe that it's possible. Of course, there's going to be, a method for it. There's going to be, trials, tribulations.
Trip.
Anyway, yeah, so about that, R. Kelly, also, rest in peace, A.J. Johnson.
Yeah, man. We're just losing people left, right, and sideways. This shit
man. Like, 2020 was bad, but
2021 been hitting hard than a motherfucker.
Yeah. And
hard.
Cause
tough.
Yeah, I was watching I Got the Hookup and Friday, and we talk about that life insurance stuff, and when he passed away, his wife was out here saying ain't nobody trying to help pay for the funeral and stuff like that, and it's just like,
y'all gotta think about when y'all ain't here no more. Like, like as hard as it is to have them types of conversations and get your affairs in order, you don't ever know when the fuck your time is coming. And you need to have your shit in order so that your family ain't out here. Like, GoFundMe is not an insurance policy. It's just
Right.
not. Like, and for a long time, me and my brother refused to sit down with my mom and have that conversation because just didn't want to think about it. But at the same time, like, as you have kids of your own, your mortality, you start thinking about that shit more. And so, we've had to sit down and have them conversations of, okay, in the event that I'm no longer here, what do y'all need to do? What do we need to do and all of that shit? So like y'all gotta get out here and get life insurance. Like I just saw somewhere where they were saying that when Red Fox passed away, he didn't have no money, no life insurance and stuff, and Eddie Murphy paid for his funeral expenses and stuff like that. So I mean, we gotta do better. Even life insurance. Honestly, getting a life insurance policy is not that expensive. And truth be told, y'all ain't gotta put motherfuckers in the ground. Y'all ain't gotta get these expensive. Like, true fact, fam. I burn me up, put me in an urn, put me on somebody's mantle. And if you don't want to put me in an urn, find my favorite fucking place and spread my ashes.
Yeah.
Don't take up no extra space.
I respect that. But yeah, on that note, we're gonna get up out of here. You got anything else you gotta say to the people?
No, I'm ready to go to bed.
That's the end of every podcast. I understand we record late, but shit.
Nigga, my bedtime is 8:30. You act like this is something new to you.
But 8:30?
Bro, I have been going to bed at 8:30
I ain't
since
been
I
here
was
though.
a kid. No, listen. Since I was a kid, 8:30 has been my bedtime. I wake up at 5:30 every morning. I wake up at 5:30 every morning, meditate, and get my day
5:50
started.
every morning, including the weekends.
Including the weekends, I meditate, get my day started, whether it's getting out and, cleaning up the house. If I got errands to run, it don't matter. Like 5:30, I'm awake. I meditate. I do whatever I need to do within them couple of hours. Once Ja wake up, like it's on. And then, during the week, she got her education and stuff going on. So I spend a good portion of my day
Wrestling with that.
Yeah, especially on days when she don't feel like it. But anyways, that was his truth.
And that was her truth.
And somewhere in there is the real
real
truth. We'll holler at y'all
later. All right.